Hey, what's going on, everybody? I want to share this story with you. If you don't know me, my name's Nathan Wallace. I've been playing pool about 21 years on and off. I'm a decent player, some say. I'm like a 730s Fargo currently. But anyway, I want to share the story with you about Danny Basavich. It's a really, really neat one. I'm 36 years old, so this would have been 2005. Right now it's 2026, so 21 years ago. I was 15 years old. I just started playing pool like that year. I'd hit a break and run contest for $3,498. I had a little bit of money. The Glass City Open was coming up, and it was in Glass City, it was Toledo, Ohio, in Glass City, and I wanted to go to it. I was 15 years old. I live about, at that time, was about 4 hours from Toledo. Speed limits were slower then. And anyway, became friends with a boy who invited me up to the Glass City Open. He was hanging out up there. He was doing some gambling on the side and stuff like that. So I asked my dad, I was like, hey Dad, like, will you drive me to the Glass City Open? He's like, where are we gonna stay, whatever. I was like, well, I was gonna have you drop me off and you come back home and blah, blah, blah. Long story short, he drove me up there. It was a great trip. I missed my dad, he died 2 years ago. But yeah, so I had him take me up there. I'm hanging out with my buddy, and I remember I walked into the pro room, so like where the main tournament and stuff's going on and all that, and there was just like pro players everywhere, you know. And at this time, I was definitely like a beginner player. Like I knew how the game worked, I knew all the rules and all that. I just was not a good player. I'd broken ran before by this time already, but obviously. But anyway, I'm sitting there watching the pro players. I go over to where like some of the action tables were, and everybody was hanging out. This guy I was friends with at the time, he's a few years older than me. He was showing me the ropes, who people were. I remember I got to see some really cool players. One of them was Inglev Stalev. I'm going to butcher that name. He was like Russian at the time, like a Russian pyramid player or something. I don't know. I've not seen him since. Great player. But anyway, so I go back over into the pro room, and I'm hanging out. This is like midnight, okay? It's like midnight. Danny Basavich is there, right? And everybody knew who Danny Basavich was. Everybody's like, that's there. It's not packed or anything because it's pretty late. But everybody that was there was like watching Danny play. And I can't remember who he's playing. That's not the point of the story. But he's up there playing. A few other guys are playing. And I'm just sitting there like transfixed. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I see on ESPN. Like, these great players watching all this. And I'm just sitting there just like transfixed on this. And at the time, I'm really introverted. Now I'm an extrovert. But I was really introverted. I was quiet. I didn't say a whole lot to too many people and so forth. But I'm sitting there. It's like midnight. I'm starving. Like, I have not eaten for hours. Probably not since, like, breakfast. I'm trying to save my money so I can be up there for the next few days, you know? I'm just trying to survive so I can watch this pool. And Danny's up there, and he's just, like, strolling around this table, floating around, running out. And everybody's watching, hanging out, and he just comes back and he sits down, and he's not quiet. Like, he wants everybody to hear him. He wasn't just talking to me, but he sits down, like, right next to me, like 4 or 5 feet from me. And he looks over at me, he's like, he says something about being like how it's hard for being a big guy, something like that, blah, blah, blah. He's tired, yada, yada. Next thing you know, he goes, I'm hungry. And everybody's just start looking over, you know, and everything else. He goes, I'll tell you what. He's like, looking around the room, he said, there's a Taco Bell down the street. He's like, anybody wants to fly, I'll buy. And this guy is like, hey, you know what, I'll do that. This guy steps like, I'll do that, that sounds good. Danny's like, really? You know, he's like, will you do that? And the guy's like, yeah, I'll do that. Well, I'm sitting there, never said a word. Danny looks over at me and he's like, kid, you've been here a while. Yeah. You know, I'm like, all quiet. Yeah. He's like, you hungry? I'm like, I'm absolutely starving. Like, I'm starving. You know, I'm telling him, he goes, all right. He's like, He looks over at the guy, he goes, I'll tell you what. He's like, you get what you want, I'll pay for it. The guy's flying, he goes, I need 30 tacos. The whole room just kind of looks like, what? Like, what? He's like, I need 30 tacos. And the guy's like, okay, I'll get 30. And Danny looks down at me, and he's like, what about you, kid? And I'm like, that'll work. And he's like, no, what do you want to eat? And I'm like, looking at him, he goes, the 30 tacos are for me. And I was just like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? I start dying laughing. The whole room starts dying laughing. And I just looked at him dumbfounded, like, I've never seen a human individual eat 30 tacos in my life. You know what I mean? Danny was a big old boy. Don't get me wrong, he was a big old boy. But I'd never seen it. I was mind blown. I remember I froze, just like I just showed you. I froze, and I was just in disbelief, like, there's no way he can be serious. But he was. Danny wanted 30 tacos. He looked down at me, but he was thoughtful enough to ask this kid at the time. I was 15 years old and quiet, real small, 115, 20 pounds. And he asked me what I wanted to eat because he'd seen me watching him all day. And I think that shows some of the heart that Danny Basavich had. he was an entertainer for sure. He was a great player, but the guy had a pretty good heart. You know, he would look around, read the room, and stuff like that, and he would take care of some of the people around them. And I'll never forget that about Danny Basavich. Never ever though. Yeah, he asked somebody else. He's like, "You fly out by?" He was like, "We'll take 30 tacos," and then I'm like, "Yeah, that'll work." And he's like, "No, kid, those are for me. What do you want?" And mind blown, absolutely mind blown. But that story's 21 years old. It's not like the funniest thing in the world, you know, but it shows some of Danny's character. And since Danny's gone, I think it's important to show that character and the type of person that he was. I like sharing some stories and stuff. I'm pretty young relatively still, but I've been around a lot of good pool in the last 21 years, met a lot of good players. It's just been an exceptional experience. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I've been seeing a few videos of Danny Basavich floating around lately. I've really enjoyed them. I don't know, just such an exceptional talent, and hopefully his name for years and years to come still floats around. The story still gets shared. So that's the goal. I'm going to keep playing pool until the day I die. That's why I say on everything, you know, just keep playing. But I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you're having a good week. I am currently going to the store, going to buy a couple things, and yeah, sometime I'm going to hit some balls sometime this week. But all right, guys, I'm signing off, and as always, play pool and never stop.